My name's Carlee, and I'm the Aquatics Coordinator at a CFB Edmonton. What you might not know is I'm also one of the pre- and postnatal fitness instructors on the base as well. So today I'm going to walk you guys through 2 exercises and talk about some proper breathing for my expecting mummies and my postnatal mummies out there. So we're going to talk a little bit about abdominal separation, we're going to talk about belly breathing, chest and shoulder breathing, and then a 360 breathing, and then 2 exercises that you can do at home to practice your breathing techniques. What you're going to need today is a block, and that's about it. A nice space, some area to move around, and yeah, we're just going to focus on our breathing. So before we dive into that one, those who are pre or postnatal at this stage in isolation, I think you all deserve a solid high five at this point. So good for you. I know isolation's hard for all of us at this point, but I think when you're not able to access those support networks, perhaps other mummies that are going through a similar thing, just to kind of ensure that, you know, you're not alone through the process, can be really challenging. So if you need anything, we're always here. Feel free to reach out to us, but know that you're not alone, and hopefully we can create a little community or network through these posts and series of pre and postnatal exercises to bring you guys all together so that when we do return to programs, that we all recognize each other's faces and we've built a little bit of support and community moving forward. So what I would like to go through is the different types of breathing. Some of us are probably super familiar with this, and I kind of want to talk about it in a broad spectrum, not putting down one or the other, not raising up one or the other, but just kind of making ourselves aware of what different breathing techniques are. One is the belly breathing. So that's when we're breathing deep into our belly, and I'll see if I can demonstrate this for you. It's when we're trying to channel and breathe down. So if we take 3 deep breaths, channeling it into your lower diaphragm. Good, movement down low. Now, belly breathing is a really good form of breathing to help calm, lower any anxiety or stressors that you may be experiencing, and therefore it's super important and utilized quite frequently in pre and postnatal breathing exercises. Okay, so familiar with belly breathing. If you aren't familiar with it, please give it a try and walk through that. Another one that I want to talk about is that shoulder and neck breathing. You'll probably see a lot of people doing this. I find because it's really easy to recognize, or you recognize it in yourself that perhaps you do it as well. But that's when we're recognizing big movement in our shoulders and neck. So good, we see that movement in shoulders going up, filling our chest, and lowering from there. What can be finicky with this is that we are putting a lot of stress on these accessory muscles, if you will. We have our pecs moving, our delts to a certain degree, traps are exercising with that, and we're not really exercising a lot of our supporting abdominal muscles that really give us support for either protecting us from abdominal separation. This is Agnes, don't worry him. Or kind of keeping us in mind if we're in recovery and trying to build those abdominal walls again. Okay, so we've talked about belly breathing. Watch out, Angus. We've talked about our shoulder and neck breathing. And what's your favorite type of breathing? The 360 breathing. Watch out. Okay, so 360 breathing is when we're feeling expansion both forward but also outward. So what I want to get you guys to do is laying on your side. If you need a block, feel free to do so. Okay, this isn't going to work. Come here. Go lie down. Go in. Lie down. 1 second. Sit. Good boy. Down. You want to stay there? Okay, so you're going to lay on your side. And what I want you to do is put your L shape of your palm just below your ribs. Okay, so if we're looking at basic on a stomach, about here. So we're holding it nice and tight into our stomach. And all I want you to do is lay on your side, take 3 deep breaths in, and I want you to feel the full 360 expansion, pushing in to your hand, out through the palm, and into your thumb. Deep breathing. Good. Clearly someone else wants to steal the show here. What we're looking for in this is that we're seeing full expansion in our breathing outward, a little bit forward and back, so we're expanding where our ribs are meeting, okay, because they join in two spots. And we're just allowing ourselves a deeper, more controlled breath, but also giving us a little bit more stabilizer within our abdominal wall. Okay, so this is a great breathing exercise to do both pre and postnatal, just kind of channeling and being aware of how we're breathing and what that looks like. As promised, I have 2 exercises that we're going to be doing at home. This is to lend to the breathing techniques that we were just talking about. So again, this is when you need your block. You're going to lay on your side for the first exercise, and what we're going to do is give a little bit of extra resistance or pressure on our abdomen when we do our breathing, hoping to engage a little bit more of a muscle contraction, but also lending a little bit more to our awareness of what's happening when we are breathing. So your head can go on the ground or on the block. I prefer a block. You're going to curl on your side and kind of tuck in. So you're creating kind of a C shape with your body. Upper hand, as we talked about with our L, is going to be placing on our ribs. Okay? You're going to do 2 breaths in as a practice. Nice deep 360 breathing. Good. So you could repeat this 2 to 5 times. What we're going to do on the next time is when we exhale, I want you to put a little pressure down so that we're pushing all of the air out of our body. With this too, I want you to kind of exhale a little bit more vocally to get every last bit of air out. Okay, so let's do 1 regular and then 1 push. Good, and a push. Good. At this point, if you were to continue to repeat, you could either let off on the pressure and repeat the sequence, or you can maintain the pressure, therefore moving into your next breath with that added push. What I would recommend is doing 3 to 5 breaths per sequence, putting pressure on 3 out of the 5, okay? And I would repeat this 2 to 3 times. So this is something that shouldn't be rushed, taking time, switching sides, but really focusing on a nice deep push and adding pressure. If this becomes too uncomfortable, another pressure that you can do when laying on your side is grab one of your big pillows, hold it into your body, and that's the pressure that you're going to have when you exhale. So breathing normally, and then squeezing on your second exhale. And if you choose to release the pressure, that's fine, only to reapply later. Or you can maintain that pressure into your next breath. So that's the first exercise, really focusing on strengthening and expanding our lower back, which is a common pain target area for those who are with pre and postnatal. And 2, it's making our awareness a little bit more vivid, if you will, on that 360 breathing down low. All right? The second exercise that we're going to do is a full squat. Now this is one that I maybe want to put a little caution to. If you're feeling discomfort or pain, let's ease up on this. This is where we have a lot of variations to move from. So we're going to start without the block. This is the one for those who are experiencing more mobility, maybe less lower back pain, but you're going to notice a shift, especially if you're prenatal, in what your body's going to tune to. So essentially where we want to start, stand nice and comfortable, and you're going to move into a low, low squat. Okay, this is going to move into a lot of pressure, down low, just deep breaths, curling your back. What I want you to focus on is pushing the pressure down, breathing your air into your lower back and expand it, okay? If the normal squat is too difficult, this is where we're gonna bring the block in, okay? So whether you have it here, up high, I've worked with people actually even sitting on stools. What we're looking for is just a nice C curve into your lower spine, okay, and your middle thoracic, and deep breathing, okay? So we're allowing our pressure to drop down. We're maybe opening, stretching our lower back and our pelvic floor, strengthening it in turn, and really focusing on our breathing. So again, deep squat, okay? Having the sit's fine, but keep your curl, holding everything nice and strong. Focus your breathing down into your lower back. 3 breaths. Good. So if you know that you have a tight pelvic floor, I want you to focus on opening your sits bones. Okay, so we're aiming our pressure into those tight spots and allowing our air in a way to alleviate those pressure points. Okay. Another one, if you want to focus on where you're placing, is put your hand, switching sides, but starting with your left, deep breath, and push. Little pressure, but allows us to kind of cater our movement and our air into those areas of extra tension. Notably, when you do release from these positions and standing up, you may feel a little tension down into your shins and your calves and into your hip flexors. Most certainly roll out of these positions a little bit slower, a little bit more comfortably, and allow yourselves that extra bit of massage afterwards. Feeling into your calves, rubbing down your shins, and really massaging your hip flexors, okay? Treat your body like a temple. It's doing miracles, so certainly treat it with the best care that you have. And a little extra massage daily, 2 times a day, goes a long way. So try these breathing exercises at home. I would encourage you to incorporate them onto your daily routine, whether it's just to help with your meditation, lower your stress, or focus your breathing into your tight and sore spots in your body. I hope it does wonders for you. Okay, tune in next time where we talk about the next movement in strengthening our abdominals, okay, and working with against and in recovery to our DR or any abdominal separation that we experience. Hope you enjoyed this.